55. Right there in the middle. 55. You don't see me in your...
On first down, Trubisky. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Second and 9 now from the 21. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On third down, Trubisky. Got his target, Samuel. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Switch. Alert. Check right. Hey, exit. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now Trubisky. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
On second down, a run with Breida. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Trubisky. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just stepped.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Good set. 19. 31.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. The pass complete. It's Byrd. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Titans. Damiere Byrd, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Trubisky. Forced out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. And Charles, got to like with this defense. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go, 50, Mike 50. Oh, you got deep? Hey, Haywood!
Now it's Trubisky. Completes it to Samuel. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check Mike 50. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Hey, high 7.
On second and inches, Trubisky. That's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Mark 55. Mark 55. Ran. Mark 55.
Trubisky now to throw on third down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Jalen Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And now the Redskins, they've opened up a 2-touchdown lead there. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And the return will stop right around the 25. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Here's Watson. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And this is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Lutz's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
3rd and 2, Watson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And he will have a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now Watson to throw on 3rd down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And it's taken in at the 9. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
180. Check 55 to Mike. Alert. Greystone travel.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now Trubisky to throw. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the 3rd quarter in Tampa, and the Falcons have moved out in front. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now it's Gurley. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Gurley on first down with no blocking help there as he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 1.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Houston, it's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. The Titans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
They'll start on the ground with Breida. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Lock in. Ran, touch. 18.
Yep. 3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Trubisky will throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Breida, he'll try the right side, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Hey, Alpha. Mark 55. Mark 55. Let's go one more.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Open man is Samuel, complete. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Here's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Stepping up, he'll try and run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Trubisky to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down here in a one-score game. And at the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity?
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go on fourth. Watson. Throw caught here by Bird. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Houston,